Spiced Metheglin.
Is it medicine or is it yummy? With special guest star, my dad, Terry! Yay!
I'm happy to be here.
Terry's visiting for a couple of weeks, so we thought we'd put him to work.
That's right.
And this is our Spiced Metheglin. This is about 6 weeks in the bottle right now, which is kind of young for a mead, some might say. I don't say. If you make it properly and you flavor things right, it's not that critical. Now, do I think it's going to be better in a year? Oh, heck yeah. I think it's going to be great in a year.
But who wants to wait that long? Well, actually, we do, because we'll be doing this again in a year.
I don't know if Terry will be here, but we'll try.
No, but we will at least be tasting this.
Okay. On clarity, it's like a 7 to an 8. It's got a little bit of a haze to it that may or may not go away. But I'll tell you what, that doesn't affect flavor.
No, and it's not to the
It's not
point.
chunky.
Yeah,
It's not soup.
You don't see particles.
No.
It's just not crystal.
It's not crystal clear. It's got a lovely color though. I mean, it kind of looks to me like tea, like iced tea.
Yeah.
I think it looks like honey.
Sort of, yeah. It has that color to it.
Which
now
makes
this is just a spiced metheglin, and metheglin means medicine. Okay. Now on the smell, this one has the most incredible aroma. It smells like Christmas. Yep. It's cinnamon, cloves, and allspice are the things that flavor it, as well as, I believe, orange peel.
It reminds me of apple pie.
Yes, it's apple pie flavors. That's why I say Christmas.
Yep.
Because the apple's not there.
No, there's no apple.
But the honey comes through.
This is honey pie.
Honey pie.
All right, I'm getting ready for my short sip.
So the ABV on this is 11.3.
Yeah, so it's moderate ABV. It's not high. It's not low. It's right in the middle range for what I consider to be the right way to go. I'm going to do my short sip. All right, I already have my score. I already have my score.
I had to remind myself, no, this is a short sip, just so. Because even with that, it was like a roller coaster on my tongue, all the different flavors and things going on.
By the way, I'm gonna plug somebody else's channel for a second. Bearded and Bored is doing a collaboration with us where he's making this mead, and then he's going to oak it and send us a sample to taste, and that's where our part comes in. So he's gonna do that video, and then we're gonna do the follow-up video.
Yeah, he does all the work, and we get to do the fun.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's a great collaboration. I love that. But this is the mead that he chose to do, so there's a lot of pressure on us right now for this one. All right.
Ready for a long sip?
Well, what does everybody think of the short sip?
I already said my roller coaster comment. What do you got?
Well, I was surprised to hear you talking about your tongue. My short sip went right past my tongue to the back of my mouth.
In a good way or a bad way?
It felt so nice back there.
Warming, right? The spices are kind of warming.
But not intimidating.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Well, good. That's a cool description.
So maybe my tongue will get a chance later.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna. What I got from it is pure bliss. It's just awesome. This is my favorite mead. I just hands down best one. It's me. But I definitely get the honey characteristics even on a short sip. The spices are there, very warming, very comforting, and they melded beautifully. Like nothing stands out as too strong. But anyway, long sip. It's where you sit it in your mouth for a while and get to know it a little bit better. The term liquid gold has been thrown around for mead. I would call this one liquid gold. Anyway, Derica, what's your take on it?
I recall, and now that I say that, I'm kind of laughing at myself because I'm like, what is it that you recall, Derica? Really? What is it? Because you can't really recall correctly what you recall. But I recall one of the things that we brewed recently where I was concerned that the clove was left in too long, and I think it was this one.
It was.
At this point, no, perfection. I'm not getting that weird numbing sensation, but I'm getting just the tingling hints of it, which with all the other flavors going on there, the sweetness, the cinnamon
early on
essence,
in the tasting, the clove was stronger.
Right. So now it is just like beautiful. It's a orchestra of notes that play so lovely. It makes a beautiful harmony in my mouth, and I'm really happy with it.
Terry.
This reminds me of my grandfather, who was a beekeeper.
Mm.
So I had a lot of honey in my youth. And he never made mead, but the bees did a good job.
My feeling on it, I mean, I can describe to you what I taste. When it comes in, it's a little sweet, it's viscous, it's rich, but all those herbs and spices that we added actually accentuate the honey rather than compete with it. They work in tandem so beautifully. And on the finish, it's still got a little bit of that sweetness, but there is a touch of acidity, a touch of brightness to this. There's that little bit of a, not a burn, but the tingle of the clove and the cinnamon with a little bit of spicy heat to it.
Yeah.
It's a really wonderful balance. Now, if you remember, I made one of these a couple years ago, and we set out to try to improve it. We did. Terry and I had some of that just last night.
Yeah.
The last bottle of that. And I was building it up and building it up. And when I tasted it, I went, oh, the new one's better. Just immediately, they're different. This one, the flavors meld so much better. But now we're on to the next category, which is this a cook with it? Is this a drink with food? Or is this a enjoy in a mug, feet up by the fire kind of thing?
I have a very simple answer to that question.
Go for it.
Yes.
I don't know what I'd cook with it, though.
You could put
Desserts.
this in apple pie. You
Yeah.
could put this
in apple pie, this would be amazing.
in like a flambe
Yeah.
type thing, or
The flavors don't lend themselves to many foods that I would pair this with.
I could see it with pork though.
Yeah, I
Like
can
a-
see this with Thanksgiving dinner, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Thanksgiving dinner. That's probably the best thing. Roasted meats could work with it. Some people might even like this with barbecue. It could work, depending on the barbecue.
Yeah, I can see that.
With desserts, sort of. What do you think, Terry?
This has brought me back in my early days again.
You mean like last week?
My grandmother on the other side of the family, whenever we would have a cold and a sore throat,
Oh, yeah.
we would get the lemon and honey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, she did not make mead.
Yep.
But this would be very good for a sore throat.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the concept behind metheglins.
So
They
I'm
were
going to
messing
drink
with it.
this so that I won't get the sore throat.
All
There
right.
you go.
So maybe we should have named this Yakida.
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 Oh, it's too late now. Yakida's going to be really good. So, now comes time for the scoring part. And before I give this a score, I need to drink more. Yeah. Okay. I have an idea in my head, and those of you that know me know why I'm doing this. This is verification. This is to make sure that what I'm thinking is really there. Good or bad.
He's still got a little bit.
I'm gonna
Do you
do it
want
for
more, or are
delicacy.
you good?
I'll have more later.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been given access to the fridge mead. Again, on the smell, it's just so incredibly calming. It's a wonderful smell.
This would be nice at Christmas time.
Yeah. We have
We have more.
more? Okay, good.
And I'm going to make more
Okay.
using the exact recipe.
So this came out, again, to 11.3 ABV, and I'm glad it didn't go higher than that because
It might compete.
all the spice flavors and the essence of the honey, I don't want a stronger alcohol flavor in there because I think it would compete and diminish those other flavors that I'm enjoying so incredibly much.
I think if this was any sweeter, it would be bad.
Yes.
If this was any drier, it would be bad.
Yes.
Because those spices tend to be kind of astringent and crazy.
Yeah.
So the sweetness offsets it just like you would in an apple pie.
Yes, its balance is really nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was afraid we might have left the spices in too long.
I was too. I
but
was really
I
concerned.
don't think we did. I think this is just like I'm glad we left them in, because I think if they weren't in long enough, it might actually be a little overly sweet. Like, it's one thing balances off the rest. And that's the beauty of making mead for yourself and making recipes. A lot of people think that I just throw it all together. No, actually, there's a lot of thought going into these things beforehand. And because I've made this before, I knew what I did. I just had to recreate it and improve it and do it in a better way. Because the last one was really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, I would call that an 8 to a 9 any day of the week.
Let's put it this way. If for some reason there was a rule placed upon Brian, and the rule was you can only make one brew for the rest of your life, that would be it.
Done.
Without question.
I might do it anyway. We'll just do videos on Spiced Metheglin. Okay, now comes the scoring time. And when we score, we say 1 through 10, using 0.5s if you need to. And 1 means, I wouldn't serve this to my worst enemy. It might even be dangerous or bad for you if you drink it. 10 means there's no room for improvement. There's nothing I would do any differently if I was to make this again over and over and over again. That's why I had to take another drink to verify. I might even need more. I do. I need more. Anybody else need more?
Later.
This is for verification purposes. It's for science. Do you want more?
No.
No? You sure?
I am sure.
See, when my eyes roll in the back of my head when I smell something, that's usually a good thing.
Now, I hate to throw out things, and I hate to pat ourselves on the back, because it just
That's
seems
why I usually do it.
Kind of
misogynistic.
Yeah, and that's not really my thing.
It's not us.
And if you've seen our other tastings, you've seen how brutally cruel we can be to ourselves as well.
I gave something a 2 recently.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware.
Yeah. So keep that in mind when we place the score on this, because, yeah.
All right. I believe I am ready. Is everybody ready?
You
Does
have a
everybody
number?
have a score?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
10.
10.
9. I say 9 because I want Brian to keep trying to even make it better.
That's funny. Now, if you watched our videos, you know that the Mojito Kill You got a 9.5. I did not think we were going to ever give a higher score than that. I went into this one today going, I think it's going to be just as good as the Mojito. Nope. It's that much better. Because the only thing wrong with the Mojito was it wasn't carbonated. This one...
Yeah, if the Mojito was carbonated, then
it was a 10.
It
Yeah.
would probably be a 10 as well.
There is literally nothing I would change. I think any change that I would make to this would actually
Make it
decrease
worse.
it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's what a 10 is.
Yeah.
It means if you can't make it better, you'd be making it worse. So I'm sorry, Terry, but it's not. This one's not going to improve, but other ones will improve. I mean, honestly, we don't BS. I've given a 2. I've given a 5. I've given a 4. If we don't like them, we don't like them. But if we do, I'm honest about that too.
It's just all the different notes in this are playing together so nicely that the only word, like if I was given one word, it would be perfection. And I'm not.
It's balanced, but it's deep. There's so much happening in those flavors. And I'm still, I haven't taken a sip in what, a minute or two? I'm still getting a little bit of that finish coming through.
Yep.
And it doesn't have, like, I can taste the fermented honey note that I get in the back of my throat all the time. But it's so minimal this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was minimized by so many factors. And keep in mind, this is 6 weeks old.
And
this is only 6 weeks old.
The residual sweetness and the different spice notes kind of cover up any of that bitterness that you would be getting. That is just.
I can't wait to taste this
lovely.
in a year.
Yeah.
This is the perfect beverage anytime during the winter.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So you should start brewing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have started like in July.
Yeah, but it's okay.
And then you'd have it for now. But, you'll have it for next year too. So that's
just
all
keep
good.
on brewing this.
Yeah, just make this.
Well, how old did you say this was?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Well, if you can start now.
Well, it's 6 weeks in the bottle. It's probably, I think it was 4 to 6 weeks of fermentation and conditioning. Yeah, we didn't mark that. We probably should do that too. But yeah, so in total, this might be 3 months old. Total. Like from the day that it was put in the fermenter. It might be about 3 months. But anyway, if you like this video, look up. There's another one right there. You should go watch that too.